All right, what's going on, my beautiful DGens, and welcome back to another YouTube video here on my channel. Today I wanted to bring you guys a project that has been around for a little while now. I think it's been out for about 2 months. But if some of you have been kind of in the trenches or following the Solana meme coins or any of those things, some of you are familiar with Fartcoin. And if you are familiar with Fartcoin, then you know that this project did some serious numbers. Serious numbers. It went all the way up to $2.5 billion market cap, right? Mind you, this is a small project. This launched on Pump Fund and it absolutely exploded, right? So had you gotten into this one nice and early, around 10, 20, 30, 50, even 100 million market cap, you'd be up quite a bit. You would have been up at all-time high to 26, 27x. So really nice, actually. But I mean, what if you caught it even earlier, right? What if you had caught it around 50 million, 25 million, 20 million? Well, today I'm bringing you a project that I think could do very similar numbers to Fartcoin. And the community behind it is extremely strong and they're very bullish. And there are quite a few CT influencers that are really bullish on this project. And the one that I'm talking about today is Butthole Coin. Now, I know if you're a traditional investor and you're watching my videos, I don't know why you'd be watching my videos anyway, but if you're somebody that invests in true utility and stuff like this probably isn't for you. But there's a warm spot in my heart for meme coins. I love meme coins, and under the right circumstances, under the right team, backed by the right community, I think could do really well. So as you can see, I kind of drew out some basic, run-of-the-mill dog shit TA here. I just did kind of a trend line. And the reason I drew this was because with the attention that I've been seeing certain people kind of overlook on Twitter, on X, about Butthole Coin and the people that were backing it, I was like, hey, this looks like it's ready to break out. Now, I did call this one I called it in my private group at 34 million, but if you go to my journal here on Telegram, by the way, all the links are in the description down below. I called this one, this was at about, let's find out exactly where that was. That was around, 30 mil, I originally started watching the chart somewhere around here. I bought in at about 30 mil. It came down to the low 20s, and I picked up a little bit more down here, and then it kind of played around, and I bought some more just as it was breaking out here too in the mid 30s. And so now, as you can see, with a relatively bullish FOMC meeting that just happened, things are starting to kind of pop off, which is exciting. But I think this one has a lot of potential. Now, as you can see, the overall chart is pretty down in comparison, right? But I think over the course of the next couple days, we could see this break past this previous high here and make its way all the way up to all-time high. So we're looking at in the hundreds of millions, probably within the next week or two. I personally am calling for I'm calling for 24 cents on this particular project very soon, within the month of February. Now, there's reasons for my thought process behind that, but I wanted to bring you guys this project early-ish on. Some people might look at this and go, hey, 50 million market cap, that's kind of too high for my blood. I'm not really into that. I mean, I did bring Griffin to the YouTube page at 140 million, even though I called it originally at 7 million. So this time I'm trying to bring it relatively early, or a little bit earlier than I did Griffin, where I think it could do similar numbers. I think this thing could go into the 500 million easily, because the community is so strong and the meme is so good. And the meme basically behind it is you can't have a fart without a butthole. So if you don't got a butthole, there is no fart. And so I think people really kind of rallied behind that and really liked it. So there's another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about with the markets right now. Now, do I think meme coins have a place in the market? Yes, absolutely, I do. Do I think meme coins are going to do really well? Yes, I think they will do well, but much later in 2025. That's my theory, or at least halfway through 2025. The real big projects and the main projects really kind of have to take off. If it's AI related or it's kind of a derivative from a project that's already done really well, such as this one, I think this has the potential to do really well in the mid to short term, whereas most of your run-of-the-mill meme coins, like, you know, your chill guys or your Shiro Nikos or your peanuts, things like that, I think are going to have a place in this market, but it's not going to be till much later in the run. So if you're holding those right now and those are your main portfolio, just bear in mind that it could take much longer. You may have to sit through watching a lot of other projects such as these or the AI projects like Griffin do extremely well, right? Which might cause you to make mistakes and FOMO into things, sell your meme coin bags early and like jump into these projects that are already at their all-time highs and blowing up. And then when you realize you've only maybe made a 2x if you're lucky because you jumped in late, that's when all the money's going to rotate down into the lower cap meme coins and stuff like that, or the things that have been struggling, right? That's how I see it playing out. I could be wrong. But the approach that I'm taking right now is that approach, that things like that are going to blow up later on in the year, but things along the lines of these are going to perform really well here in Q1 of 2025. So keeping your eyes out for stuff like this, actual projects, some utility projects, things like that, that are based around AI, that are based around real world assets, that are based around maybe even a little bit of social fi, right? We saw a little bump in social fi there recently. So maybe something like that happens. As you might have noticed, I made a video recently about a project called Onda. I still think it's a cool project. There's a few things I've noticed about it since releasing that video that I'm kind of iffy about. But if you joined my private group Telegram, links are in the description. It is behind a small paywall, guys, if you want to try to get into some of these conversations. If you don't have a group this bull run with like-minded people that you can talk to and share ideas with and share plays with and things like that, then you're in my opinion, you're kind of behind the curve a little bit. If you're trying to do all this on your own without kind of the opinions of other people that are also doing the same thing, I think you can perform really well. So links are down below. Again, it is behind a small paywall, guys. The only reason for that is to kind of keep out bots, keep out anybody that doesn't take it seriously. Like, I could just open up my private group for free to anybody that wants to join, but then we're going to get a bunch of people in there that don't really care. They're going to start kind of throwing bullshit at you, and people are going to start losing money because they're just throwing every pump fund token they can find in there. That's not what we're looking for. Playing in the trenches that deep can be okay, but we also kind of want you to take it seriously. And I figure, hey, if you had to pay to get in, there's a higher chance of you going, you know what? Let's see what this group's all about. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You move on. It's $5 a month. Anyways, enough about the Patreon. Enough about the private group. Butthole Coin here, 52 million market cap. I think that it has a lot of potential, kind of along the lines of Fartcoin or whatever. Again, it's backed by some pretty large influencers on CT. There's a guy here. His name is Gordon. He's a well-known influencer on CT, and this guy, he loves it. He's all about Butthole Coin. There was another one here, Ivan on Tech, Building Morales. So I guess, yeah, he's a large YouTuber, a large CT influencer. Wow, Butthole on Solana. Can it go to $1? I mean, I don't see why not. Right? I don't see why not Butthole couldn't go to $1 billion market cap, right? Depends on how bullish the community gets behind it. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I do still think it is very early for this project, right? These are the kind of breakouts you kind of want to see. Now, the reason I think this could go to 24 cents is I'm going to show you why. And it's like a box method, right? I'm not some TA God guy, right? I'm not like the world's best trader or anything like that. So this is just something that I have noticed. I saw somebody when they were doing TA, they used this as an example, and I was like, wow, that really, that kind of makes sense. So if you look at the dips that a lot of projects do, using Griffin here as an example, right? You can use a box if you want, but I'm just going to, for this demonstration, I'm going to use, you know, some lines. So I'm going to draw a straight line down to its dip. Now, if you notice, from its dip, from its first major pullback, it hit an all-time high, and then it did a major pullback. Now, if you take this line and you bring it to the top of this right here, where does that line us up? Right here to the top of the next one. That's where the next all-time high is going to be before another major pullback. Now, if you use that same method on Griffin, right? And I mean, it happens all the time. Like if you use this method on multiple different projects, you'll start to notice kind of a bit of a pattern here, right? So I think Griffin's going to $1 billion very soon, and it's using this method here. It's a little bit ridiculous if you think about it, but right here, look. So after this major dip right here, going to shoot us all the way up to right around $1 billion, which I think would be great. Maybe we'll have another pullback and we'll do another move back up. But for now, I'm calling for $1 billion Griffin before we have another pullback, major pullback like this. I think we're going to see, you know, a bit of up and down like we did here. But for the most part, if you look at the dip difference, we did hit it exactly. So let's go ahead and use that same kind of theory on Butthole Coin here. And it could take a month. It could take a month to do this, but if you take this right here, place it kind of roughly so you can get an idea. 2420 right here. It's very roughly placed. Maybe it'll go a little bit higher. Maybe it doesn't quite hit it, but this could be a good, a decent little guide, right? For the overall pullback to the very bottom. Even if you just did it to this one right here, we're still hitting the numbers very similarly. Now, this will probably do something more along the lines of, you know, play around like this, right? But it might end up shooting up there to that 24 mark, right? However it does it. Before having, you know, another pullback coming down and then maybe shooting back up or whatever, but I think some good take profit zones could be, you know, places like, you know, coming up here or whatever. If you get yourself like a nice little, I don't know, 2x somewhere around here, right? Grab another bit of profit there, and here, so that if it does pull down back here and you're still very bullish on the project, you can start buying some more right here, and then you can head back up, right? So just kind of an interesting theory, right? Some people believe in the moon cycles, some people believe in different things. From what I've noticed, and I've done this kind of example on different charts as well, and I'm like, wow, that actually played out exactly to a T on that, which is odd. So anyways, I'm going to try to get this video out as quick as possible because, as you can see, Butthole Coin is garnering some pretty serious attention right now. Since starting the video, I think we've gone up a mil or two maybe. I wasn't really paying attention to what it was at when we started, but anyways. Check out the links in the description, guys, if you're interested in joining our community and if you want to get in on some of these trades nice and early, or just have some people to hunt down really good projects with and work together as a team. $5 on my Patreon. Feel free to sign up. Or you're welcome to join my Panda Journal, which is just, I post what I'm doing, right? This is not something that that anybody really needs to kind of hop in and join or follow along and buy the same things I do. There's a lot of losses in here. There's a lot of losing in a lot of the things that I jump into. I am a bit of a degen, right? I could probably have a much higher win rate if I was a little bit more meticulous with how I choose my projects, but sometimes I'll just be sitting on idle hands and I'll want to kind of just mess around and trade a little bit, so I'll throw some money around here and there. I have the money that I can do that. If you don't be doing that kind of stuff. But if I make a video about something, it's because I'm either bullish on the project or I'm bullish on the tech, and I think it has a lot of potential. It doesn't always work out, but that being said, take a look at Butthole Coin, come up with a decision on your own, do your own research, and I hope that you profit and you have a fantastic 2025 trading. Thanks for checking out the video. I appreciate you, degens, and we will see you guys in the next one.